Good evening, and you are at the end of Unit 1 already, so hope you had a good weekend. Crazy warm here in Southern California, and we had 50 cross-country runners at our house last night for an end-of-the-year barbecue because my son was on the cross-country team, and it was so warm they just didn't want to leave, so finally at 9:30 the lights went out outside and everyone headed home. But hope you're doing well and you had a good weekend also. It's interesting to see all of your video responses. I think Shane was in the garage, and I saw Shallon in her kitchen with her cute kid behind her, and some of you are just lounging on your couch. So I'm actually sitting in my kitchen, and my husband and son are in the garage. We're going to go to the desert this week for some riding, and they're working on their motorcycles. And I just said, hey, leave me alone for a while. Don't come barging in. So just wanted to give you a recap from the Unit 1 forums. You guys had a variety of quotes that you were allowed to choose from, and I really appreciated your responses. So I just wanted to do a kind of a final discussion on this. So in the first one was the best preparation for good work tomorrow is to do good work for today, and 3 of you identified this as most meaningful. Tiffany, you did a great job of starting us off and saying that this quote helps you because it instills a really good work ethic for you and discipline for your students. And it also assists you in the organization for your capstone and all assignments. And obviously you have taken this quote to heart because you have been on top of all of your work in all your classes. So continue to use this, and it's going to hold you well to the end of this program. Matt also identified with this, and you said, the best way to prepare for the future is by becoming a better version of ourselves today, which is very well stated. Treat each day as an opportunity to improve and grow. And your application to your capstone was that the good work that you do tomorrow hinges on the quality of your work today. And I couldn't agree with that more. In fact, I really encourage you all, as you complete your final 2 and then 3 article reviews, to do really good work the first time, because then you won't have to do additional revisions later. Shane, I wasn't sure if this was the one that you identified because you didn't outright tell us, but your response seemed to fit very well, so I'm just going to assume it's going in this area. But you had made a nice statement saying, to influence the outcome of the future, one must be willing to take the initiative today, and I appreciate your third-person APA there. You applied this in coaching by setting team goals, and in your capstone by setting a very strict and painful timeline. And I do appreciate your guys' timeline and schedule and sacrifice that you have to make to complete this program. So thanks for your response. So 3 of you identified with the first one. The next statement was the next best thing to knowing something is to know where to find it. And Jackie commented that this one resonated with her, took her some time to realize on where to use the resources and how to use them. But as a coach, you interact well, you network well, which is so wise. And in your capstone, you're researching the coaching behaviors that affect athletes' confidence and motivation, which will in turn help you understand the perspectives of other coaches. So good job, and continue with that networking. The next line was, change takes but an instant. It's the resistance to change that takes a lifetime. And David commented that this one was meaningful to him as it applies to his new job and the students in their adjusting to David's teaching style. They didn't like change, and he's had to kind of reroute their thinking on that. It also relates to his capstone as he investigates if there's any change in the perception of the female athlete between generations. So thank you, David, for your response. 4 of you commented that the secret to mastery in any field is to forever be a student, and I commend you on that. Jake, you were the first one that commented. You said there might be better coaches, teachers, and those who know more about the Bible and the Christian faith, but you're going to learn every bit of information from them. And it also relates to your capstone, as long-term health and fitness is a personal struggle, and I think it's a personal struggle for all of us. I'm sure that's especially true in this very rigorous end of the program where you just don't find any additional time. So thanks for your post. Teresa, you also commented that this was meaningful, important for you to never stop learning, to attend conferences and learn from other colleagues to evolve as a teacher, and I commend you for that response. And I encourage all of you that once your program is done, you're going to have to almost detox from it. You'll feel like at times panicky, like, oh, something is due, or Tanis has a form that I got to do, and then you realize, no, oh no, I'm done. But then in time, you're going to get back into it. You're going to go to conferences, you're going to read journals, maybe you're going to work on an additional certification. I could see many of you attending a doctoral program, and you're laughing at me now, but realize that if you can do a master's degree or earn a master's degree, you can earn the doctorate. Sheehan, you didn't identify a quote, but I'm also assuming that this is the one because your response seemed to fit. Lifelong learning is important for you to be effective at your job as an academic counselor and advisor. And with your research project, there will be future studies that also need to be investigated. So you are very true on that, especially in your academic advising and counseling. The rules for the student athlete are constantly changing, and so indeed you need to be a lifelong learner. And then Leah, you were the final student to respond to this prompt, and you said every day is completely different with students. And I appreciate your line here. I'm a student of my students. And with your students' disabilities, you have to be able to understand them and appreciate what they're bringing to the classroom each day, so that you can, as you stated, to discipline, to encourage, and to motivate them. I liked your idea of in the future you'd like to learn sign language or Spanish, which is wonderful. I can see how that would fit well in your field of adapted physical education. And then Shallon, you like today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. And bless your heart, you've been climbing this professional mountain for a long 3 years, and I give you a lot of credit for your endurance and your fortitude. And like you mentioned, the rewards will definitely be great once you reach the top with both your credential and your master's degree. So thanks for your comments to this week. I appreciate that. And just to kind of recap from the week, your revised chapter 1 through 3 were due tonight, so you still have some time for that if needed. Also, in this next week, I encourage you to keep working on your data collection if you haven't done so already. And also, you've got 2 article reviews that are due next Sunday. What I would suggest with your article reviews would be to look at your Chapter 2 headings. And if you see areas where you're not citing a lot of research, those would be areas that you would want to kind of like plug in the hole and find additional research articles. Again, using the same format that I know you're getting very, very comfortable with. And those 2 will be due this next Sunday. And the following Sunday, the other 3 will be due. So if you want to work ahead, you can do that. Last week I posted 2 announcements. The first one was a marathon clip that I hope you enjoyed watching, and the second one was really important information on what do you do with all the data that you're going to be gathering and collecting, because it can be very overwhelming when you receive all this and now you're like, now what do I do with it? So make sure you take a look at those sometime this week so that you can organize your work. It's not untypical that your data collection comes in groups and you're not going to collect all of it at once. And so it's appropriate for you to work on those documents to be able to receive the data and organize it while in fact you're still gathering it. So this is our Thanksgiving week, and I trust you have some time off. I trust you have some downtime, and that you can pause and think of all the blessings that God has given to you and your family and in your vocation, and that you would just enjoy it, and that you would rest and enjoy those festivities that you're having with family and friends, and hopefully find a good time to take a good nap, and then also some good time to be working on your research. I will be out of town this week, and so if you have any questions, please connect with me before Tuesday morning. Otherwise, I will have to return on Sunday and respond to your emails at that time, because I will be out of the area and not have email coverage, okay? So thank you again for your good work that you've done in the past and that I anticipate in the future. Breathe deeply, take it a step at a time, and you're going to do just fine in this class. And have a blessed Thanksgiving. Bye.